You're listening to the Cool Audio Podcast, your escape into the world of stories, sounds, and imagination. Whether you're driving, chilling at home, or just need a moment to unplug, we've got a story just for you. So sit back, relax, and let the journey begin. You're the new girl. If he defended you, he'd anger the others. So I had to take the blame? Melody smiled in resignation. No, you're too good for them to ignore you. They'll find any excuse to make your life miserable. Still, you talked back to Yaru even though you know she has connections. Yeah, her backer is her aunt, who was the agent for that superstar, Kira Nee. Then do you know the relationship between superstar Nee and President Cooper? What is it? Melody was puzzled since she only knew Kira was an A-list star and had gone abroad. She's rumored to be President Cooper's girlfriend. Oh, I heard about that. But you don't know the details. President Cooper was the reason that Kira went abroad, so he felt guilty to her and is nice to the people around her. When Yaru came, Kira had called President Cooper and asked him to take care of her. He must keep his words. Oh, I see. So you must watch your words in the future. Rory, I want to quit the training. Why? Rory didn't sound surprised. I think the life of a trainee doesn't fit me. I don't want to make my debut as part of a team or as a solo performer. What do you want? I want to shoot dramas and make money just like you. My purpose is making money anyway. Who do you think you are? Without connections or money, how can you get roles? Sis, you're so naive. I'm not naive. I can start by playing little characters. I can work hard and am willing to take roles with very few scenes. I do walk-on parts. Walk-on parts? Don't be silly. After I leave, you and Yaru are the most talented girls among the current trainees, and President Cooper will promote you guys. He'd help you release a single and do some hyping on the internet. Then you'd become popular. If you do work as an extra, you never know when you'd rise to fame. It doesn't matter. I don't want to be a big shot anyway. That's strange. I wonder why you entered an entertainment company. Rory found Melody's thoughts were weird. In fact, I have second thoughts about it too. If I knew this road was so difficult, I should have taken the job as a dance teacher. Melody smiled bitterly. Forget being a dance teacher since you can't do it for the rest of your life. You must make good use of Dr. Green. She'd be a great help to you. I don't want to be indebted to people. I will return the favors she did to me. Oh, have some fruit. Melody handed a piece of fruit to her. Rory didn't take it. Instead, she saw the bag that Chloe had given to Melody. A Gucci dress? Nice. You mean this? I didn't buy the dress. It's from Sister Chloe. To avoid unnecessary questions, Melody skipped the part about Mrs. Cooper. The dress costs tens of thousands of dollars. She's really good to you. Yeah, Sister Chloe is very nice to me, so I must work harder and not let her down. Melody didn't open the bag because she didn't intend to wear the dress that cost tens of thousands of dollars with a pair of flats that cost about $100. She was no princess and didn't want to pretend as one. It was tiring. Mrs. Cooper was well-intentioned, but Melody felt that this dress was too luxurious for her. If I were Chloe, I'd get a divorce and marry President Cooper. Rory stood up to extinguish the cigarette butt and said suddenly, President Cooper is very good to Sister Chloe. Melody recalled carefully and found Justin wasn't a patient man, and all the people in the company dreaded his temper. But when they had supper together that day, Justin had looked at Chloe with such gentleness in his eyes that it seemed as if he was the gentlest guy in the whole world. She thought about the impression that Chloe gave her and found the latter had a great personality, even though she wasn't a great beauty. Chloe was quiet, smart, and low-key, which were enough to make a man love her for the rest of his life. If you were Chloe, would you choose Jack or Justin? Rory asked her. I'm not familiar with President Dawson, but I think the love between them must be very deep, since Sister Chloe had never given up on him no matter what happened. President Cooper is good too, but he came late in her life while Jack met her when they were in school. He has to accept it. I see your thoughts are very traditional. Rory glanced at her with a smile. Of course. My parents always say that one can be poor or unsuccessful, but has to maintain one's integrity and never do things immoral. One should never break up a couple. Are your parents teachers? Rory guessed. My mom is a teacher. No wonder, Rory chuckled. What are you laughing about? Nothing. Okay, I'm sleepy and have to go to bed now. Rory changed into her nightgown and went into the bathroom to take a shower. Lying in bed, Melody got drowsy and was about to fall asleep when her cell phone beeped, signaling the coming of a message. She picked it up and saw the message came from Justin. Come out. To where? To Snap. Where do you think? What's up? What do you think of today's incident? Justin typed out this question. I can only say you were blind today, President Cooper. Justin replied with a question mark, thinking she had made a typo. Didn't you see those scheming batches put on a drama and told you lies about me? Weren't you blinded by their tricks? Did someone hack into your account? Do you know who you're talking to? Justin asked patiently. Yeah, you're right. I'm hacker. Transfer money now and I'll make you into a terracotta warrior. Remembering the joke on the internet, she decided to use it on Justin to vent her anger. It seems I've got to have these trainees checked tomorrow for mental diseases. The company will fire the mad girls no matter who recommended them. Reading his serious words, Melody almost laughed out loud. She remained silent. Then Justin explained, Tomorrow, you'll quit from the trainees class. You are firing me? That's what I get for my hard work in the last couple of days? You must pay for my return trip then. Who said you're fired? Justin replied in resentment. You mean, tomorrow, you go to the performance department and I'll arrange for you to have commercial shows. You're a dancer, right? Yeah. Do I get paid for the shows? Melody asked cautiously. You get all the pay. The company doesn't take a penny from you. Ha ha. Great. I like it. Melody was happy. When you're not doing shows, learn acting from the teachers in the performance department. I'll arrange for you to have some parts in the new movies or TV series. Of course, you can't have the lead roles, Justin told her. No problem. I can play corpses so long as I get paid, Melody replied enthusiastically. Justin fell silent again. This girl was definitely not a normal person. What did Chloe dump into his hands? Young girl, you'll have no friends if you talk like this. Do you know that? I do. Then you must change your ways, Justin lectured her. But why do I need many friends? Yeah, this was definitely an awkward conversation. Forget it. I'm done. Report to the performance department tomorrow. Okay. Don't you want to thank me? Justin was piqued. I'll thank Sister Chloe. Even if I thank you, you won't like me. I truly don't like you, said Justin frankly. What a coincidence. I don't like you either. He ended the conversation in a huff. When he returned home, he thought he might have been too harsh with Melody today. After some consideration, he decided to move her to another department to prevent future conflicts between her and Yaru. After all, Kira had asked him to be good to Yaru, and he had to keep his word. He had thought Melody would be happy to enter the performance department, but she took it quite indifferently. It was infuriating. At this moment, his mother called him and told him to come home and have supper. Justin drove back home. Mrs. Cooper made some of her son's favorite dishes. Grandpa Cooper and Mr. Cooper were not home, so the mother and son had supper alone. In fact, Justin had been busy and seldom returned home for meals. Mrs. Cooper kept placing food onto her son's plate. Justin, how time flies. You're a grown man now, Mrs. Cooper lamented. Mom, how's your work at Southside? Is it too tiring for you? Not at all. It's excellent. I can see Chloe each day. I like it. Hearing Chloe's name, Justin remembered the weird girl Chloe had introduced to him. By the way, Chloe said she has a relative working in your company. Yeah. Justin was reluctant to talk about it. What do you think of the girl? Mrs. Cooper took the opportunity to gather information. Not good. She's so stupid. If not for Chloe, I'd have kicked her out. Justin railed to vent his anger. But I heard the girl graduated from a dance academy and is very pretty. So what? My company produces stars and doesn't need dance teachers. Who does she think she is? Seeing her son's anger, Mrs. Cooper didn't dare to ask more questions, afraid he would get suspicious. She changed the topic and said, You don't come back for supper as often as before. Yeah, I've been busy and a bit tired. You came back to have supper each day during the year when Chloe lived at our home. Mom, please don't mention it. It's awkward. Justin was embarrassed. I know what you are thinking, but Justin, Chloe is having a happy life and we're happy for her. Don't dwell on the past, okay? I'm not. Justin continued to eat with his head lowered. After the baby comes, Chloe will be even happier with her family. Justin, you must hurry up and get married too. Mom, it's something you can't rush. But do you know how old you're now? Seeing his mother was about to nag about his marriage, Justin immediately changed the topic. Mom, Elise is hospitalized at Southside. Did you know that? What? Elsie? Hospitalized at Southside? Didn't you know about that since you are working in the hospital? No, my gosh, what's wrong with the girl? How come she's hospitalized? Justin successfully distracted his mother from the topic of his marriage. At Southside Recuperation Center, and entered the ward with a flower basket and a fruit basket. Excited, Elsie sat up and looked behind Anne. Miss Rue, President Cooper didn't come, and felt a bit awkward. Oh, it's okay. I know he doesn't care for me. Elsie smiled self-mockingly. No, Miss Rue, President Cooper feels torn. As a friend, he's supposed to come and see you, but he's afraid to give you wrong ideas and get your hopes up. He doesn't want to hurt you. And was an honest man, but it was awkward to speak the obvious. Finally, Elsie got angry. You tell Justin, even if he wants to marry me, I won't marry him. Don't think he's the only good man in the whole world. Narcissism is an illness. He needs to seek treatment for it. Okay, I'll tell him that when I get back, Anne said honestly. Elsie was even more furious. Miss Rue, do you want to eat some fruits? Shall I wash one for you? No, just put them down. Elsie waved her hand, feeling impatient with Anne. What do you want to eat? I'll go and buy it for you. No, you didn't buy lotus leaf rice noodles for me. Seeing Anne only came with a flower basket and a fruit basket, Elsie was piqued. Oh, I forgot about it. I'll go and buy it now. Anne patted his forehead in guilt and turned to go. But Elsie stopped him. Forget it. When you come back, I'll have no appetite for it. Miss Rue, I'm truly sorry. It's my fault. Forget it. Anyway, I'm not Fiona, and you won't remember these details. As she spoke, she watched Anne's reaction and saw his shyness. He thought his feelings for Fiona was a secret, but it seemed all the people in the world knew it. Don't be shy. It's not a crime to like someone, Elsie comforted him, and nodded and didn't know what to say. And are you in touch with Fiona after she left? No. You don't know the number she uses abroad? No. I thought you were familiar with her. Why don't you have the number? Elsie seemed interested in Fiona, although her superior had warned her many times not to investigate Fiona. If Fiona found out about them, the consequences would be severe. But Elsie thought Chloe wasn't as close to Professor Wagner as Fiona. After all, Fiona had grown up with her father. In contrast, Chloe had grown up in an ordinary family. Despite her identity, she knew nothing about those secrets. Nothing will come out of me and Fiona. And paused and then continued. She's way out of my league and has countless amounts of money. I'm only a lowly bodyguard. So what? Bodyguards are a great and honorable job. I think true love is everything you need. Elsie soothed him, trying to get Anne to talk more about Fiona. Forget it. Your point is not right. Just look at President Cooper. He's loved Dr. Green for years and would die for her, but he still can't be with her. Many factors can decide if you can end up with your loved one, but none of them works in my favor. Don't lose heart. Boy, when Fiona comes back next time, tell me, and I'll speak for you. Elsie gave a comforting look. Next time? I don't know how long that will be. And didn't know when Fiona would return. Even if she returned, she might not appear in public. At this thought, Anne felt a wave of despair. In Thailand and East Asia. As Elsie and Anne talked about Fiona, Fiona felt her ears turn red for no reason. Who's bad-mouthing me behind my back, damn it? Fiona leaped out of her bed feeling cranky. Boss, we got some information. Come in, Fiona yelled and grabbed a bathrobe to wrap it around her. Boss, we just got the news that Amy had been tortured to death by the people working under Mr. Ross's father. Oh, so soon? Yeah, they were very cruel to her. To make her tell them Nan's whereabouts, They used all kinds of ways to torture her and triggered the toxin in her body. It eroded her body and killed her. Where's her body? The people of the Ross family put it in a bag and tossed it into a river. Amy has no records in the whole world. Even if the Thai police found the body, they won't dig into the case, since she wasn't a local citizen. Fiona nodded. Yeah, lots of people die in Thailand each day. No one will investigate it. That batch is finally dead. She betrayed you and deserved to die long ago. Do you know what Amy's biggest mistake was? Fiona asked her subordinates. She shouldn't have craved for Mr. Ross. Wrong, that was only a small mistake. The biggest one was that she didn't understand her relationship with me. She always thought she was my employee and subordinate, but she was wrong. I saved her life when she failed a mission and was hunted down by her many enemies and even her employer. She had nowhere to go and begged to work for me, saying she'd be my servant. But a servant wouldn't disobey her master like this. She was too greedy and had a scheming mind. Boss, you were very good to her, giving her money and weapons, but she still tried to steal from you. Still, these were not her mistakes. Everyone is greedy. The only thing I couldn't bear is her stupidity. Staying with me for so long, she didn't learn anything. Working with Nan is a lousy idea since he is a big jerk. Oh, boss, shall we keep Nan locked in the basement or just kill him? Of course we can't kill him. I'm waiting for a big fish to take the bait. Fiona smiled. Okay, we'll continue watching him. Where's Psycho Riker? He went to the conference with his father. Well, with Nan missing, he finally remembered his youngest son. I can only say that Uncle Ross is old and muddled in the head. Boss, what about us? Shall we stay at the hotel? Of course not. I'll change clothes now. Wait for me downstairs in 5 minutes. Where are we going? They were surprised. We'll go to the convention. How can I miss the Asia Mafia conference? Fiona smiled devilishly. 5 minutes later, when Fiona came downstairs, her subordinates' jaws dropped when they saw her. Usually, Fiona wore tight leggings and a black windbreaker so she could fight with convenience. The only time she was dressed up like a socialite was in the country when Chloe put those dresses on her. With her beauty, she was stunning, even in ordinary clothes. However, since she spent most of her time hunting down enemies and being hunted down, she was most familiar with the bathrobes in hotels. Her subordinates had never seen her dressed so sexy and stunning. The pale pink knee-length evening gown exposed her shoulders and neck. In place of her regular watch was a Cartier bracelet that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Her long hair was pulled up in a bun behind her head, exposing the expensive pearl earrings. In her hand was a Hermès purse. She was dressed like a social lady in the top rung of the world. Boss, are you going to enter the Miss Universe beauty pageant? One of her subordinates blurted out. Damn it, I'm going to a conference. What are you waiting for? Drive the car. Sitting in the antique car, Fiona directed them crankily. She only brought 3 subordinates, including the chauffeur. The rest were left in the hotel to keep an eye on things and guard Nan in the basement. Fiona's arrival stunned everyone. Many people in the Asia Mafia conference hadn't met Fiona in person, but had heard about her astonishing reputation. When Fiona arrived, it was almost the end of the check-in time. It's ridiculous. Even a mafia gathering looks like a red carpet event. Whose damned idea is this? Fiona cursed in a low voice as she walked in. Hello, can you tell us which house are you from? The receptionist asked her in fluent English. I'm from the Ross family in Russia. Shamelessly, she took the name of Riker's family. If she told them she was Fiona, then bedlam would break out since some of the guests were her enemies and had had many of their members killed by her. The Macau Mafia was one example. They had taken goods from a gang in Laos and killed their people, including the youngest son of the gang leader. Furious, the Laos gang leader paid Fiona $500 million to wipe out the whole family of the leader of the Macau Mafia. Fiona did the mission with her subordinates. Even though the Macau Mafia had a new leader now, the old grudge was still there. If they knew Fiona was here, they'd probably draw their guns. Do you have an invitation? The receptionist tried to determine Fiona's identity. Fiona smiled and picked up her purse. Her subordinates thought their boss was going to draw out a gun and begin a killing spree. However, She just took out a small mirror and freshened up her makeup in front of the receptionist. She looked quite seductive. "My boyfriend has my invitation. Can you tell me the name of your boyfriend?" Losing her patience, she was about to rail against the guy when Riker strode up to her side and held her against his side. "Baby, you're late. The meeting is about to begin." Fiona smiled stiffly as she suppressed her anger at Psycho Riker for taking advantage of her. "I'm sorry. We didn't know she's your girlfriend, young Master Ross." The receptionist saw she was indeed from the Russian mafia and thus didn't dare to ask more questions. Riker walked her into the room with his arm around her waist. Behind them, Fiona's subordinates began to gossip among themselves. "Young Master Ross is cool. He dares to place his hand on our boss's waist. If he was another man, she'd have broken his wrist." "Nonsense. She'd have broken his neck." "Yeah, young Master Ross is indeed a mighty guy. I think they are a perfect couple." "Damn it! Can you remove your hand?" Fiona felt uneasy as Riker held her tightly against his side. "I haven't scolded you yet. Why are you dressed like this?" Riker reprimanded her with a dark face. "Like what?" Fiona looked up and gave him a dirty look. "You're almost naked." Riker liked to see Fiona's sexy side, but he hated to have other men see this side of her. "Damn you! You're almost naked! What are you talking about?" Fiona felt she was dressed beautifully, and thus was angry to hear Psycho Riker's lecture. "What are you doing here?" Riker was surprised to see her here since she hadn't said she'd come. "I was bored at the hotel, so I came here for free food." "What's that look on your face?" "The great Miss Fiona, one of the richest people in the world, said she's here for free food. Do you think I'd believe you?" "Haha, I'm just here for dinner." "So you took the name of our Ross family?" "What do you think? If I said I'm the girlfriend of the bespectacled leader of the Taiwan Sanlian gang, would you like it?" "Then I'd kill him," said Riker with a straight face. "Right, so to avoid unnecessary bloodshed, I took your name." "Fine, you win." Fiona could always come up with a strange explanation, but Riker wasn't truly displeased with her. In fact, he was pleased when she told the receptionist that she came from the Ross family. Of course, he wouldn't let the happiness show on his face. "Do you know how many enemies you have in here?" Riker asked in a low voice. "Not many. There are over 20 gangs here. I made enemies with 15 of them." "So, are you sure you're not here to make trouble?" Riker thought it was dangerous for Fiona to appear in this public place. "It's fine. None of them has seen my real face, not even your father." Hearing her words, Riker realized that she hadn't worn a human skin mask today. No matter where she went, on a mission or something else, she'd bring about 100 human skin masks in her suitcase. Wearing any of them, she'd change into another person, or any person she wanted to pretend to be. She had disguised herself as Amy so well that even Nan didn't see through her. At Fiona's reminder, Riker looked down at her and realized she had come without a mask. "Don't you think it's too risky?" "It'll be fine. This is more fun." "Be careful if the fun is too much for you to take." "But I still have you, right?" Fiona patted him on the chest, looking fearless. Finally, Riker stopped scolding her. He took off his suit jacket and draped it around her shoulders. "That's too hot. I don't want it." "You can't take it off. If you dare to take it off..." "Then?" Fiona lifted her chin challengingly. "Then I'll tell everyone here that you're Fiona." "Damn it, that's low." "So stay low profiled. After the dinner, move your little ass back to the hotel and sleep." "Will you hate me if I kill your second elder brother?" Fiona murmured in a small voice. "I don't care." From the look on Riker's face, she knew he had no brotherly feelings for Nan. She didn't blame him. After all, Nan had tried several times to kill his younger brother to gain more benefits in the family. He even ordered Amy to put poison into Riker's coffee. How could Riker regard him as a brother? While they talked, an elderly man in a suit walked toward them. "Riker, I haven't seen you in ages. You haven't changed a bit." Fiona turned her head and saw the guy was a senior member of a Hong Kong gang. "Uncle," Riker greeted him. "I haven't seen you in years. I saw your father a moment ago and we talked about you." "Huh, is this your girlfriend?" The guy glanced at Fiona. "My fiancé," Riker introduced her coolly and moved his hand from the back of her waist to her behind. Fiona wanted to rail at him, but she controlled herself since they were in a public place. Whoa, even you have a fiancé now. She's so beautiful. You're a lucky boy. Haha, but I heard you were with the female demon. Female demon? Fiona was surprised. The old guy looked at Riker. For a while, the rumors had it that you broke ties with your father and left home with a female demon. I'm old and don't follow the news in the world, but I heard the young people in our gang say that that woman is a crazy killer who had killed countless people. Her name seems to be Fee something. Fiona. Fiona supplied it to the old guy with a smile. Right. Fiona. It said she's young but very vicious and would kill anyone for money. No, I think she has some principles. I don't think she'd kill her own father, Fiona interrupted. Right. Who'd kill their own father? Oh, young girl, how come you know so much about her? Because Before Fiona could finish, Riker covered her mouth and continued for her. Because she's my fiancé and knows lots about it. Uncle, I need to see someone over there. Excuse us. Fine. Go on with your business. Your fiancé is nice. Remember to invite me to your wedding? The old man said warmly, but Riker had walked away with his arm around Fiona. I will remember that old fellow. Damn it, when I have time, I'll deal with him. Wasn't he right? Aren't you a vicious killer who had killed countless people? Riker chuckled. If I'm such a despicable female demon hated by everyone, why do you stay with me? Fiona curled her lip. But I like a vicious killer. I don't like a killer who's not vicious. You're indeed a psycho. Fiona felt Riker truly deserved the name Psycho Riker. Hey, your father is over there. Yeah, you want to say hi to him? Riker teased her. Forget it. He'd have a stroke. Fiona chuckled. Okay, go to your father. Without Nan, he is overwhelmed. What about you? Riker looked at her tenderly. I'll just walk around. Don't make trouble. This is Thailand and there are over 20 gangs here. I know. Be good. Riker touched her head as if he was telling a child to behave. Okay, I'll be good. They parted in the big conference room. Fiona said to her subordinates who had been following her, You guys go and see if the people from the Golden Triangle are here. Okay, boss. Be smart and don't get too close. Don't fight with them. We're here only to gather information. Got it, boss. Then she wandered around the room. It was hot in here. Whenever she wanted to take off the jacket, she could feel Riker's murderous eyes on her, even with crowds between them. She gave it up, finally. With Riker's suit jacket draped around her shoulders, she wandered around the buffet and picked up a glass of champagne. Before she could take a sip, a man's voice came from behind her. Beauty, I've never seen you before. Which family do you belong to? The man spoke Mandarin, though with an accent. Fiona looked back and her eyes blinked slightly when she recognized the guy. A small gang, very insignificant. Fiona spoke carefully with this guy. If she told him she was Riker's fiancé, she'd be in trouble. This guy was the Ross family's biggest partner in Southeast Asia in recent years, and the biggest arms dealer in this area, Hu Ao. It was said he came from a rich family in Myanmar. Only a little over 30 years old, he was already a ruthless man. Nan had been very close to him, so Fiona had been wondering if Hu Ao was the guy who had been urging Nan to deal with her. Since few people from the mafia gangs in the world had met Fiona in person, Hu Ao didn't know he was talking to Fiona, even though he wanted to catch her. It was really ironic. I'm surprised that a small gang can have such a beautiful girl. Do you mind having a drink with me? Mr. Hu, I guess I can't refuse your offer. You know me? Of course, you're the most famous arms dealer in Southeast Asia. Everyone knows you. Haha. Young girl, you're very funny. You look very young. Are you 20? Hu Ao looked the woman before him up and down, finding her not only exquisite, but sexy. She even had a little girl's face, making a man want to press her under his body. In the Golden Triangle that Hu Ao lived in, women didn't have high social statuses. Only a bit over 30 years old, he had at least 21 wives and 26 children. He had a big family, but none of his wives was a great beauty. When he saw Fiona, he was drawn by her beauty and accosted her. He was pleased that the girl came from a small gang. Awed by his reputation, Any small gang in Asia would willingly give this woman to him in return for money or sponsorship, no matter if she was someone's mistress or daughter. I'm not 20 yet. I've just reached 18. Fiona smiled sweetly. 18. Great age. Just a bud before blooming. Hu Ao often had dealt with Chinese people and had learned some Chinese idioms. Wrong. A bud before blooming is used to describe small girls of about 14 years. I'm not that young. Yeah, you're near blooming. Hu Ao looked her up and down with a leer. With a glass of wine in her hand, Fiona chatted with him patiently. Not far from them, Riker was furious and was about to move toward them when his father stopped him. Riker, I want you to meet this guy. As he was dragged away, he sent Fiona a text message. Although Fiona didn't wear her watch, the tiny radio earbuds behind her ears could read out loud the text messages she received. 5 seconds later, Riker's message came into her ears. Fiona, don't make trouble. Stay away from Hu Ao. Fiona chuckled, thinking, damn it, it's Hu Ao who should stay away from me. If he knew whom he's hitting on, his pee-pee would have turned soft in fear. What are you thinking about? Hu Ao leaned toward her and asked suggestively. Oh, nothing. There are too many people here. I feel just a bit dizzy. Do you want me to escort you back to your hotel so you can rest? Which hotel are you staying at? It's not necessary. The banquet just began. How can I go back and rest? I stay in the nearby Reston Hotel. If you're tired, I'll escort you to my room. I'm fine. Mr. Hu, I'm really not tired. If you don't have a companion tonight, I'll keep you company. Hu Ao offered to stay by her side during the event. Before Fiona could reply, her subordinate walked over. Bo. He was about to say boss when he spotted the stranger standing beside her. He immediately changed into, Miss, you have a call. Okay. Fiona nodded at him and smiled at Hu Ao apologetically. I'm sorry, Mr. Hu, I need to take a call. Of course. With a smile, she followed her subordinate toward a quiet corner. My gosh, boss, is that guy Hu Ao? Yeah. Didn't he spread the word last month that he'd wipe out our mercenary legion in 3 months? Her subordinate was stunned. It's easy to bluff. Do you think he has the ability to do that? Fiona rolled her eyes. Were you negotiating with him? BS. He was hitting on me. Couldn't you see that? Ahem. He was hitting on you. Does he know who you are? Her subordinate almost spewed out blood. Of course not. If he did, would he have dared to hit on me? Fiona sneered coldly. Fiona's subordinates looked at Hu Ao with pity in their eyes. After she walked to the corner, her subordinates made sure no one was around and activated the anti-eavesdropping system. Then, Fiona answered the call. Seeing the familiar number from the country, Fiona was alarmed. Brother-in-law, what happened? Did something happen to my sister? Fiona, are you still in Thailand? It was Jack's voice. Yeah. Good. I want you to find a person for me. Who? Jack told her what had happened briefly. Fiona gasped when he finished. It was a narrow escape. My sister is in danger. You can't let her go on business trips again. I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. I'll call her and give her a dressing down. Fiona was furious. Find out the people behind that person in Thailand. I must know who offered big money to buy your sister. I'm on it. Wait a second. Fiona took her bag from her subordinate and turned on her watch. Logging into her database, she put in the name and age of the person that Jack had given to her. The target was located. Haha, it's him, F. It's a small world. Fiona sneered. Who is he? Hu Ao, Fiona said. Hu Ao? The drug dealer? Why does he want to catch your sister? Jack had heard something about Hu Ao, but didn't understand his purpose for catching Chloe. It's not hard to understand. Hu Ao is my enemy, and even boasted that he'd wipe out my team. He's close with Nan, so I think there's some conspiracy involved. Maybe Hu Ao also heard about the thing my dad has and wants to catch my sister. Of course, these are only my conjectures. Are you sure Hu Ao is behind it? Didn't you say those killers wore masks? Hu Ao has an assassin organization called White Tiger Hall, and its members like to wear masks on missions. I'm 100% sure they did it. Damn it, they dared to target my sister. Fiona hadn't been so angry even when Hu Ao announced that he would hunt her down. But when she realized he had tried to catch Chloe, Fiona went off like a bomb. Calm down. Hu Ao isn't an ordinary guy and is not easy to deal with. He has lots of people in Thailand. Afraid Fiona would act rashly, Jack tried to calm her down. I'll be fine. Brother-in-law, don't worry. The person who can kill me hasn't been born yet. Then she ended the call. If someone else said these words, people might think that they were boasting, but if Fiona said it, everyone would accept it as the truth. After Jack told her about her sister's narrow escape, Fiona felt agitated. When she returned to the room, she went in the opposite direction of Hu Ao because she was afraid that she wouldn't be able to control her temper and would stab him with a knife. But it was not easy to get out unscathed if she dealt with him in this place. Besides, she had other things to do. Fiona felt restless at the thought that her sister's identity was exposed, and Andrew's whereabouts were still a mystery after he was rescued from under her nose. In the past, she hadn't felt so worried when she ran around the world, being hunted down by their enemies. But things had changed. She got an older sister who was pregnant with a baby. Now, Fiona had a clear life goal, which was protecting her sister and everyone she loved. Fiona's appearance was undoubtedly the highlight of the event. Although many of the mafia leaders had brought their mistresses and daughters, none of the women were as beautiful as Fiona. Riker was dragged to the side of a Malaysia datuk by his father. Brother Q, this is my youngest son, Riker Ross. His father introduced him to the datuk. Whoa, even your youngest son has grown up. Riker knew this guy had a very high social status in Malaysia, monopolizing many industries in the country. His ancestors came from the country, so he looked like a Chinese person and could speak some Mandarin. Riker, come and greet Uncle Q. A young girl stood beside the datuk. With long, wavy hair, she looked sweet and cute. Hello, Uncle Q. Is this your daughter? Wow, she's such a big girl now. Very pretty. Riker's father chatted with the datuk. Riker, you met her when you were little. I took you to Malaysia to attend your uncle's birthday banquet. I don't remember. Riker's indifferent response showed his lack of interest in the girl. It doesn't matter. Now that you meet each other again, you young people can do some catching up. The datuk also wanted to fix Riker up with his daughter. Riker, your silver hair is dashing. The girl smiled sweetly. Riker didn't reply. He just glanced at her coolly, showing his total lack of interest in her. Is Riker still single? The datuk asked directly. I have a fiancé. Ah, Nan hasn't married yet, right? How come you— The datuk was surprised. Riker, don't joke with your uncle. Riker's father tried to stop him. I wasn't joking, father. Have you forgotten my fiancé? You arranged the match for me? Riker. His father tried to stop his son from talking. Uncle, my fiancé is Fiona Wagner. I'd take no one but Fiona as my wife. You? Riker's father was so furious that his fingers trembled. The girl looked at Riker curiously. Riker, you're a man. Why did you say you'd take no one but Fiona as your wife? A smile finally appeared on Riker's chilly face as he said, Because my fiancé is much richer than me. She buys me food, clothes, lets me sleep in her house and with her, so she's my wife that wears the pants in the relationship. Hearing his words, the datuk and Riker's father turned livid. Brother Ross, what's up? The Fiona that your son mentioned is that demonic killer? The datuk asked with a dark expression. Uncle, my fiancée isn't a demonic killer. She's the queen of mercenaries. Thank you. Riker, what nonsense are you talking about? Riker's father finally lost it. Father, I'm telling the truth. What truth? Haven't you broken up with Fiona? Who told you that? We've been together and Fiona might be carrying my baby, your grandson now. Brother Ross? What the heck is this? Angry, the datuk walked away with his daughter. He had talked with Riker's father on the phone, and the latter told him to bring his daughter here, intending to unite the two families with marriage and then work together on the arms business in Southeast Asia. Unfortunately, it turned out Riker was engaged and the woman was a tough one. After the datuk was gone, Riker's father turned stern. Are you demented? Why did you spout that nonsense? Yeah, I'm demented and unhinged, Riker retorted. Riker, do you know who that guy is? Datuk of Malaysia and the richest man in the country. Under the guise of a businessman, he's operating underground casinos, laundering money, and dealing arms. Right. Do you know what it means if you can marry his daughter? I don't care. I won't marry anyone but Fiona. Do you know you'll get killed if you stay with her? Do you know how many people want her dead? Well, they have to kill me first. Crazy. You're truly crazy. Seeing his son was so infatuated with Fiona, the old man was furious. Father, if you want to unite with them through marriage, you can make Nan do it. Or my eldest brother can take more wives, or you can take a concubine since you seem to have a good body. Don't be a jerk. His father was so furious that he would have slapped him if they were not in public. He had thought his youngest son had broken up with that woman, but the turn of events caught him by surprise. If you don't listen to me, you'd regret it sooner or later. His father pointed at him with a livid face. If I had listened to you, I'd have regretted it long ago. Without waiting for a reply, Riker turned and left. Finding the banquet boring, he intended to return to the hotel with Fiona and have a cozy night with her. But as he searched in the room, he found Fiona and her subordinates were gone. Damned girl. She didn't even tell me before she left. Riker thought Fiona had left, but she had just left the conference room and didn't leave the venue. Pretending to be tired, she rested in the lounge room. Meanwhile, Hu Ao was talking business with gangs from North America. Probably because the talk wasn't successful, he came out after a little while and saw the exquisite woman sitting outside. How come you're here? He subconsciously walked over. I felt dizzy and came out to get some fresh air. Fiona made her voice soft and sweet. I told you that if you're tired, I can escort you back to the hotel. Okay, then, let's go. This time, Fiona didn't refuse. Instead, she gave him a radiant smile. Hu Ao didn't realize that he was walking right into a trap. When Riker followed them out, he saw Fiona had entered Hu Ao's car. Hu Ao had been the most active person trying to kill Fiona. Now that Fiona got into his car... No, it's too dangerous. Riker dashed up to stop the car but was intercepted by Fiona's subordinates. Young Master Ross, the boss said you can't follow them. She's taking a big risk. It'll be fine. The boss has a good plan. She asked you to wait for her in the hotel, and she'll meet you there in a little while. Hu Ao's men are very good and not stupid at all. I'm afraid she'll get stuck. The boss said she'll be fine. Why is she acting so rashly? She didn't tell me about this plan. Mr. Ross, please calm down. The boss changed the plan at the last minute. We heard that Hu Ao's men targeted the madam. What? They targeted Sister Chloe? Riker was surprised. Something like that. Anyway, the boss was furious when she got the call from the madam's husband and changed the plan. She can't kill Hu Ao alone. Riker knew everyone had to be scanned for weapons at the entrance, so no one could enter the venue armed. It meant Fiona didn't bring her gun or dagger. After she got into Hu Ao's car, she'd face Hu Ao, his chauffeur, and his bodyguard. Fiona wouldn't have a chance to kill him anyway. Instead, she might get herself in a dangerous situation. Young Master Ross, don't worry about the boss. Even if she couldn't kill Hu Ao, she'd find a way to get out. Despite his worry, Riker knew it was too late to stop her now. So he went back to the hotel with Fiona's people, praying Fiona would come back safe. In the luxurious black Bentley, Hu Ao handed a bottle of water to Fiona. Have some water and you'll feel better. No, thank you, Fiona declined with a smile. She'd never drink anything they gave her. Everyone knew people in Southeast Asia liked to put drugs in beverages and water. Many jerks would make women drink something called love lotion to make them compliant. Fiona would never make such a stupid mistake. It seemed Hu Ao truly took her as an ordinary woman. What? Are you afraid I'd drug you? Do you want me to drink it first? Hu Ao teased her. Okay, go ahead and drink it, and I'll see if you'll get dizzy or not, Fiona said jokingly. Little girl, you're so naughty, but I like it. With a lewd smile, he reached for Fiona's face. She raised her hand and brushed his hand away. Then she picked up her purse and said, I have to freshen up my makeup. Sitting before them, the bodyguard grabbed his gun, afraid the woman would take out a weapon from her purse since Hu Ao had lots of enemies. They relaxed when Fiona took out a small mirror. You look very tense. What? Are you afraid I'm a killer trying to kill Mr. Hu? Fiona chuckled. They are nervous because many killers have attempted to get me. Don't be angry. Hu Ao soothed the woman. Right now, he felt dizzy with lust and wished he could jump on the woman in the next second. Stop for a minute. I want to eat mango shaved ice, Fiona yelled when she saw a dessert shop. You can have it in the hotel. Obviously, Hu Ao didn't want her out of the car. I want to eat it now. What? Are you afraid I'd take the chance and leave you, Mr. Hu? No. Well, I'll have my men buy it for you. Okay. Mr. Hu, it's better that I go with the lady so I'll know which flavor she likes. Hu Ao's bodyguard was smart, wanting to take Fiona with him so the woman wouldn't be able to harm his employer while he was gone. But he played right into Fiona's hand. Her smile turned bigger until her eyes became two crescents. Okay, you go with her. Hu Ao wasn't suspicious. He had complete confidence in himself and his bodyguard, thinking that he could easily manage the young girl. If he knew this girl was Fiona, he'd probably never have dared to accost her. When Fiona got out of the car, she left a tiny object in the notch under the handle in the door. Buy whatever you want to eat. He'll pay for them, Hu Ao instructed tenderly. Thank you, Mr. Hu. You're nice to women. Wrong. I'm only nice to you. He gave Fiona a suggestive glance. With a sweet smile, Fiona said bye to him and went into the dessert shop, with Hu Ao's bodyguard following her. Seeing the time was almost up, Fiona took a seat and said to the bodyguard, I'm a bit tired. You go and buy it. I'll wait here for you. Okay, what do you want to eat? Mango shaved ice, coconut milk, and, tiramisu. Fine, wait a minute. The bodyguard turned and walked to the counter and paid for the desserts. He looked back at the woman about a dozen seconds later, but found she was gone. His first reaction was looking at his boss's car. Sure enough, the Bentley that Hu Ao was sitting in blew up with a huge sound. The ear-deafening sound frightened everyone around the place. The bodyguard dashed out of the dessert shop at top speed. Meanwhile, Fiona had changed into men's clothes and returned to her hotel through another route driving a motorcycle. In the hotel's corridor. Boss, we just got the news that Hu Ao isn't dead but is severely injured. He's now in a hospital. I didn't want to kill him, so I used a sticky bomb that had less explosive power. If I wanted him dead, I'd have used a bigger one. Then he'd be a meat pie by now. Boss, why didn't you kill him? It's not time yet. Hu Ao is no threat to us, but the force behind him is powerful. Besides, Thailand is his territory. If he died during the Asia Mafia conference, people would panic, and we wouldn't be able to get away easily. But he has been rendered useless for a long time after this explosion, so he won't have the leisure to target my sister. What a dumbass. Fiona hadn't intended to deal with this fellow, but got restless when she heard his men had gone to the country and harassed Chloe. Her sister was more than 6 months pregnant and couldn't move with ease, but still, they targeted her. It was outrageous. No matter what their purpose was, she wouldn't let them off the hook this easily. After the task, she sent Jack a short text message. The tiger is severely wounded and can't get down the mountain for a while. Don't worry. Jack's sister-in-law was indeed badass. He had only asked her to find the person giving instructions to Fourth Master, but Fiona tracked down the boss and taught him a good lesson. After handling Hu Ao, Fiona felt much better. Taking off the shabby men's jacket, she walked into her room. The moment she entered, someone held her from behind. From her long-time habit, Fiona punched without thinking, but her fist was caught. Obviously, the person behind her was very familiar with her moves. You even hit your own husband. Are you a female tiger? Riker chuckled as he held her fist. How did you get into my room? Why can't I? Riker raised his eyebrows. You have to ask? Damn it. How can you ask such a stupid question? I haven't dealt with you yet for flirting with Hu Ao. Ha! He had to pay a big price for flirting with me. Have you seen the news? Yeah, the Bentley blew up. Hu Ao is still in the OR, Riker said calmly. Are you still jealous? Of course. Even if he was dead, I'd still be jealous. You smiled at him. You're ridiculous. Damn it. I'll skin you alive for flirting with the daughter of the Malaysia Datuk. Whoa, nice. You even noticed it. Of course. Then you must have overheard my conversation with my father, right? Riker let go of her hand and leaned toward her face. Fiona turned her face away uneasily. What conversation? Don't play dumb. I know you bugged the whole place. I didn't have the interest to overhear your conversation with your father. Since you didn't hear it, do you want me to repeat it for you? Riker chuckled. No, I don't want to hear. It's boring. No, you must hear it. I told him I'll take no one but Fiona as my wife. Damn you. I won't take you as my husband. You're high maintenance. I can't afford you. Fiona laughed. Of course you can. Miss Wagner's loaded, unbelievably wealthy. Yeah, I want your money and your body. A blade appeared in his hand, and with a swift turn of his wrist, Fiona's evening gown split open from her back. What are you doing? Undressing you. Riker was honest. You're shameless. I can be shameless so long as I have you. Psycho Riker, don't get cocky, or I'll deal with you. Come on, let's have a fist fight. The loser will be on the top. What the heck do you mean on the top? Fiona was still inexperienced with sex and didn't understand what he meant. Then, Mr. Ross explained, if you lose, you'll be on the top. If you win, I'll be on the top. Damn it. Either way, you'll take advantage of me. No, you'll take advantage of me, because I'm the one who'll have to work hard. He lunged at her. Caught off guard, Fiona wrestled with him, from the ground to the bed, and then from the bed to the ground. Outside the door, her subordinates heard the faint words from the room. Psycho Riker, you are hurting me. Psycho Riker, I'm tired. Can we do it again later? Their jaws dropped. The boss? Submitted? I don't know. Maybe. I admire Mr. Ross. He's my idol. In fact, the scene in the room wasn't what they imagined. Riker's strength was good and finally exhausted Fiona after wrestling with her for half an hour. He pressed her into the bed, but nothing serious had happened between them. Fiona, it's time for you to give it to me. I want you. Thanks for tuning in to the Cool Audio Podcast. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a fellow story lover. Until next time, stay cool and keep listening.